I'd like to welcome you all to our Lunch Club Travel Edition, where this is spring month because this is the first full month of spring. And today we'll be looking at spring train journeys and having some scenic rail adventures. Please take it away. Thank you for hosting, and I hope we all learned something new today.
All right. Well, thanks, Alex. Yeah, I'm so excited about this presentation. So you all relax and enjoy the beautiful landscapes by train during springtime. Here we go. So why train travel? That's a good question. Well, it's definitely comfortable and relaxing. We were just talking about that. That's so true. Scenic views, yeah, that's for sure, unless you're traveling at night. No driving needed. That is really nice. And it's great for all mobility levels. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Any other reasons why you like to travel by train?
Less expensive.
It can be in some cases, yes.
And you can see everything out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you don't fly over it. You ride through it.
You go through areas where that you wanted planes can't go.
You could show up just in time. You don't have to show up 2 hours before.
Yeah.
Go through security and all that.
Yeah.
Plus, you can get up and walk around.
Yeah,
So you
nice.
got the freedom to move around.
Yes.
And it's usually not as crowded, and a lot more seat room.
Yes.
And you meet a lot of interesting people.
Uh-huh.
Some you'd rather not meet sometimes.
Yeah,
but...
really.
Isn't that so many wonderful reasons why you should travel a train sometimes?
And they have Wi-Fi. Most trains have Wi-Fi these days, which you don't have on planes.
All these luxuries and necessities when traveling by train.
And it feels safer. You're not 5 miles up in the air. It's just more relaxing.
Yeah, you're not pushing and shoving everybody.
Yeah, it just feels safer being on the ground than way up in the sky.
You can also take the car on the train.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal. I let my son take my car to Florida.
Right. I heard that's a real thing. You drop it off in Virginia somewhere, I hear. Well, anyway,
you drop it off in Virginia.
Yeah, that sounds like the way to go. Well, let's talk a little bit about springtime magic. The blooming flowers, the green landscapes, the snowy mountains, and the mild weather. That's nice.
Yeah, when you're on a train, you can see anything. It just depends on where you're at, what time you go.
Look at everything.
Yeah, you could see anything, which is the beautiful time of spring. That's when, animals start to come out of hibernation, flowers start to bloom. You may see something amazing.
Horses, cows.
So this is our first one, Lou. Have you heard of this one before?
I think you showed a video of that one before, Alex.
Maybe. I'm not sure. It was kind of new to me when I first saw this one, but yes.
Yeah, that was a nice one. What's called the Glacier Express in Switzerland. Even the name sounds beautiful. It's the Swiss Alps journey, panoramic windows, and known as the slowest express train. Well, I hope so.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, look at that picture. Oh, that's so beautiful.
It's pretty.
Look at that. Look at those mountains back there.
Mm.
All right, Alex, let's fire up the video. See what
we have some points here, Lou.
We got some points. Oh, snow-capped peaks. Yep, bridges and tunnels. And charming villages. Very exciting.
Of the Swiss Alps. So we know about the Swiss Alps, right? This train takes you through the Swiss Alps.
Oh my gosh.
This wonderful video, I can't wait for us to watch it. We'll feel like we are just right there on that train. So this is a luxury train ride through the Alps. Look at that thing, yo.
Snow-dusted mountains and glistening glaciers. Rocky gorges and stunning ski slopes. This is train travel at its peak. It's a full day of magnificent views of the Swiss Alps.
Hi there, I'm Hannah Hummel from DW Travel, and today I'm traveling on the Glacier Express.
The twisting track travels through some of Switzerland's most scenic landscapes.
Even looking at this picture. Isn't that
Oh,
exciting? Just them
going
going into
through the
the tunnel.
mountain.
Mm-hmm. In the mountain, yes. Literally in the mountain. Isn't that amazing?
Over across the bridge.
which is why it's often described as one of the most breathtaking journeys in the world.
Oh my gosh, look at that. All those houses and the beautiful snow and the mountains and the sky. It just all comes together.
I'm starting my journey in St. Moritz, a winter sports resort beloved by the jet set.
We've heard of St. Moritz, right?
I think they had an Olympics there once, didn't they?
St. Moritz, a winter sports resort.
It's early, the sun is just rising, and it's minus 10 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
But hopefully it'll be worth it for the gorgeous winter views that I've been promised. Our 8-hour-long trip through the Swiss Alps begins in St. Moritz, continues through Chur, Andermatt and Brig, and ends in Zermatt.
what do you think of this journey?
Yeah, that's through the highest peaks, I think. A lot of them. Zermatt, I think it's Matterhorn over there.
This is 8 hours, but you're traveling basically from this side of the country to this side of the country in just 8 hours.
The route connects two ski resort towns often viewed as the winter playgrounds of the rich and famous.
So thankfully it's much warmer on board than it is outside. We're 10 minutes into the journey. I've got a nice tea. It's a beautiful view.
Beautiful cup of tea.
Gorgeous day, so hopefully it'll be a great trip.
The Glacier Express calls itself the slowest fast train in the world, averaging just 38 kilometers per hour.
Very
It passes
slow.
through 91 tunnels and crosses 291 bridges, the most famous of which is the Landwasser Viaduct, a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Landwasser Viaduct. I've heard of that, but
Really?
never really knew what it was.
Oh, wow, it's pretty.
The train makes a stop, so I hop off to have a quick chat with train driver Mike Birchler.
Hallo, guten Tag. Hi. Na, vielleicht können Sie mir ein bisschen erzählen, wie ist es, so einen Zug zu fahren?
Im Schnee sehr anspruchsvoll. Sie müssen die Konzentration aufrechthalten, Sie müssen die Strecke im Überblick haben, die Gebirge kennen, wo könnten die gefährlichen Stellen sein und so weiter.
Was ist Ihre Lieblings...
The snow is challenging. You need to have good concentration. You need to know the route well as the mountains. Isn't that true? I mean, even though it's like one track, you're going one direction. I mean, that's why we have metro drivers and on the metro here in DC. So a train driver got to know the route in the mountains.
And if it derails up there, I mean, it's probably like a plane crash. Everybody's going to die.
They have a very important job, don't the train drivers, don't they?
Especially this guy.
Zeit hier zu fahren?
Lieblingszeit? Im Jahr Sommer, Hochsommer.
Warum?
Schön warm, in der Lokomotive sowieso mit den Motoren und allem. Gefährlich beides, Sommer wie Winter, aber mir gefällt es besser. Ja, Sommer ist auch gefährlich.
That's the driver's favorite time to go. So summertime would be nice to go.
I hurry back onto the train, just in time for lunch. The Glacier Express prepares all of its food on board in this tiny kitchen. It offers a 3-course meal of traditional Swiss food.
Look how small that kitchen is.
Yeah.
They're all like that.
I know, it's amazing. There's no room.
Ihnen heute einen Schweinebraten mit Pilzrahmsoße. Dazu gibt es Spätzle und Blumenkohl mit Brotbrösel drauf.
Verena Murgella has been working on board since 2018.
Doesn't that look good?
It does.
A lot of it.
To get served food on a train, oh my gosh.
Yum, yum.
Yeah.
Beautiful
So
cup, beautiful, even water. Look at that beautiful water bottle and
that's
plate.
that's how planes used to be back in the day.
but has worked in gastronomy for 30 years.
Das ist etwas ganz anderes hier, weil die Gäste sind
Do
international,
you
es
remember
kommen
when they
jeden Tag
said
andere
oh, Leo's
Gäste,
on the
es
plane?
ist sehr interessant. Wir können mit ihnen viele Geschichten
I
erzählen.
wish I experienced that.
Sie erzählen uns Geschichten.
Yeah.
Das macht den Tag so reich.
Get a nice meal. You
Doch,
could take your
schön.
meal before you got on the plane. It'll be waiting on you.
There's
Yeah, that's
guests
nice.
every day. Isn't that interesting? I mean, you have to create a menu that kind of caters to many different tastes because there's new guests every day. I think
You know that train out of DC has a car like that. The one that goes up through West Virginia. It's beautiful.
Wunderbar.
And she serves me a traditional schnapps.
Bitte
Oh,
schön.
now we're
Zum Wohl.
let's see.
Typisch
Just for
Wallis.
digestion, of course.
Oh,
I'll get you going. The Glacier Express wasn't always a luxury tourist attraction. It started running in 1930 as a way for locals to get around,
wow, so it's almost 100 years old.
but only in the summer months. The vast amount of snow and ice made it too difficult to operate in the winter. In the early 1980s, the Swiss began to recognize the train's tourism potential. The railway line was overhauled so it could run year-round. The Glacier Express became one of the world's most successful and well-known tourist trains.
I mean, even right there, just going through and seeing the water and look at those buildings. I wonder where this is. This is gorgeous. Look at that old photo.
Several hours into the journey, we reached the highest point on the line, the Oberalp Pass, at an elevation of 2,033 meters. It's one of the most iconic stretches of road in the country, and in the winter, it's another popular ski spot. If you hadn't already noticed, there's a bit of a theme going on here.
This is definitely the most amazing view so far. It's like being inside a snow globe.
Look at that. Imagine sitting right there and looking at this big old mountain. Mm.
So we've still got a few more hours to go. I think I'm going to try and explore the train and see if there's anything else to see. So we're just going past the kitchen now. And I'm sitting in first class, but I have heard that there's also an extra class. It's called the Excellence class, the creme de la creme of travel. Let's go take a look around.
Tickets for these seats are an eye-watering 650 euros. But we are in Switzerland after all. Plush leather seats, a 7-course meal with wine pairing, champagne and a concierge. There were only
Doesn't that look like luxury?
I've heard Switzerland's really expensive. Really
Yes,
expensive.
Yeah. Look at those leather seats though.
a few people in this carriage.
650 euros is like $760.
I take full advantage of the bar and order a
That's
Negroni
crazy.
made with regional Swiss gin.
Vielen Dank. Cheers.
I'm about 7 hours into the journey now, and the sun is disappearing behind the mountains. It's been beautiful, but I'm definitely ready to get off the train. 300 kilometers later, the train finally arrives at its destination.
After 8 hours, we've finally arrived in Zermatt. It was like a winter wonderland, gorgeous scenery, but now it's really time to stretch my legs.
I even catch a glimpse of the famous Matterhorn mountain, just as the sun sets on this beautiful village.
Nice. Nice.
Any
Wow.
thoughts? Any thoughts on the Swiss Alps and the Glacier Express?
The scenery is just it's almost unimaginable. So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Mm.
I know when they were talking about that luxury class, I just remembered a headline from today's news. I'm sure you all know about it, that the Trump administration is going to bail out Spirit Airlines. All right.
Wow.
Now we're talking.
The
Mm.
who,
They're going to bail them out. They're going to go bankrupt. Spirit Airlines. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere, but they're gonna bail them out. So they're not going to go bankrupt now. Speaking of luxury travel.
Thank you for sharing.
Well,
All
that's
right.
a long ride for 8 hours. That's like going to work.
Yeah, right,
It's a
right.
third of your day.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we have a new railroad, Alex, the Bernina Express that connects Switzerland to Italy, a UNESCO route, and diverse landscapes. I have actually an interesting story around this, but I won't share it right now. It covers Italy's countryside rail with rolling hills, beautiful vineyards, and coastal views. Oh, so this must go way down there.
Look, you get to see what it looks like just inside Nina Express. How green that grass is. No words, but first side. Oh, look at that house. Or that farm. Whatever it is. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's interesting how Europeans really rely on rail travel a lot more than we do here.
Yeah.
Me too. I hope it feels like you're right there in the train, looking outside. Oh wow. Yeah, that's even an amazing view right here. The train came out of there. That part is a little more snowy. So you get the fancy scenery, but you also get the snow.
Wow, look at that.
It looks so untouched. Back to the green. Get all different landscapes in one journey. Here we finally get to see. You know where Toronto is, Lou? Isn't that in Italy, or is that still
No, where is it? Which place?
at Toronto?
Oh, Torino. Yeah, I think it was Torino. Yeah,
Yes.
that was a site of the one of the Olympics. A couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Was it this last year? Or no, it was maybe before that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's Europe's highest railway journey. It reaches 7,392 feet at Ospizio Bernina, and among the steepest with up to 7% inclines. Spanning seven, yeah, that's pretty steep, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Spanning 76 miles from St. Moritz
Wow.
to Toronto, it crosses 196 bridges and 55 tunnels, creating a scenic, engineered marvel between Switzerland and Italy.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow, look at all those stats. A lot of
Yeah, and
stats
in
here.
just 4 hours, the train travels from alpine glaciers down to Mediterranean palm trees. I mean,
What is the name of that city? Because I'm trying to put my mind around it. Tirano. Where is Tirano?
I mean, it's in Italy, right? It's in Italy. Bernina Express is a town in Italy. It's next to Cernio, Toronto, Italy. It's in Valtellina in Lombardy. So this is northern Italy.
Yeah.
So look, even they have pictures of the Bernina Express. So this is Italy right here. Oh my God, look at that.
A lot of mountains out there.
Look at these beautiful pictures of Toronto.
I'm amazed at how they can go in those mountains and make civilizations up there.
Yeah.
Grass and trees and houses and buildings and all.
I mean, look at this.
It's amazing.
I mean, this picture. Look at the. I'm not sure if this is like irrigation farming, like that they do right here, but this looks cool. Or, and then all these houses. I mean, just.
And little cities. I mean, cities in town.
to make a community
rock.
something. Yeah.
Out of solid rock. They did that.
I hope you all enjoyed the Bernina Express.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hadn't heard of that one. Or now, how about the Jacobite steam train in Scotland? This looks interesting. You know, we got a steam train right here in Maryland. I don't know if you've ever taken it up in Cumberland. So the historic steam train, scenic aqueduct, and green countryside.
Has anyone heard of Jacobite steam train before?
Never.
Me neither. Until researching it. It takes you through. Have you heard of the Scottish Highlands?
Yes.
Lakes and hills, peaceful scenery. This is also known as the Harry Potter train.
No. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we're about to take a magical route with this Miss Lady right here once again.
That is amazing.
An epic train journey on a magical route.
The Hogwarts Express.
Oh, it really is.
This steam locomotive has made Hollywood history, appearing on millions of screens across the world. And today, I get to ride it. Hi there, I'm Hannah Hummel from DW Travel, and today I'm back in my home country, travelling through the Scottish Highlands on the Jacobite steam train. The round trip is described as one of the greatest railway journeys in the world. But it's probably most well known for its role as the Hogwarts Express in the Harry Potter movies. That's right, these very carriages took Harry, Ron and Hermione from platform 9 3/4 all the way to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. My trip today won't be taking me to a school for young witches and wizards, but the journey ahead is supposed to be just as magical.
People.
The Jacobite steam train travels 84 miles along the west coast of the Scottish Highlands. The 4-hour round trip starts in Fort William, then it crosses the Glenfinnan Viaduct before ending up in Mallaig,
What do you think of this journey? Oh, again, throughout Scotland. That's ending in a fishing town. That sounds so fun.
Viaduct before ending up in Mallaig, a traditional fishing town. Later, the train heads back to Fort William.
That's a pretty town.
Look at the White House. Look, imagine living here.
It's pretty beautiful.
Look, I'm sitting in this exact train here.
And here's a description of the Hogwarts Express.
A scarlet steam engine was waiting next to a platform packed with people. A sign overhead said Hogwarts Express, 11 o'clock. Smoke from the engine drifted over the heads of the chattering crowd, while cats of every colour wound here and there between their legs.
And I'm not the only
Oh my gosh, they actually dress up as for Harry Potter to go on the train. That's so fun.
I bet they do.
Harry Potter fan on this train.
I mean, the train in the movie, it takes you to the school, to Hogwarts, really. So this experience is like we're going there. It's like being there. So we're finally being wizards. We're gonna be wizards. Yeah.
Okay.
Florence McLean has been working as a conductor on the Jacobite since 1995.
And this video is pretty recent, so that's 30 years old. 30 years on a train. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. Perfect, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Probably enjoyed it.
Since we've done the Harry Potter film, and we do get a lot of children, adults, all ages. They just love it.
Like she loves
but you do get the enthusiasts as well, and then the group tours. So it's just
Meet so many
just a lot of different types of people from all over the world.
Now, it'll be my first time visiting Malik as well. Is there anything special I need to see in the town?
It's a lovely wee place. Get your fish and chips, your ice cream, go out in the boats, see the seals and the dolphins. It's lovely.
I love the Scottish accent. So adorable.
So is that something I should do then, get the fish and chips?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. First off the train, get into the chip shop.
It's a relaxing journey that allows the passengers to merely sit back.
Look at the seats. I mean, lots of room and looks like a diner on the train.
And enjoy the scenery. The most famous view from the journey is the Glenfinnan Viaduct. The railway bridge was built in the late 19th century, and it's the longest concrete railway bridge in the country.
I mean, just take a second to look at that. Imagine being in the train while it goes over this famous place.
Nice.
Railway bridge in the country. The train makes its first stop in Glenfinnan, where you can learn more about the viaduct as well as the Jacobites' history in the small museum there. The locomotive was built in 1949 in Glasgow, but the fundamentals of the design date back to the 1920s. Steam trains in Scotland actually stopped running in the late 1960s in an attempt to modernise rail travel with more efficient diesel locomotives. However, they were reintroduced in the mid-1980s in order to boost tourism. They were so successful that many of them still run today. We arrive in Malik, and I want to find out what it's actually like to drive an old train like this. Steve Chipperfield has been working on steam locomotives for decades.
I mean, the heat coming off that fire.
That's cold. When we're running, that gets twice, maybe 3 times as hot as that. The fireman, who's my main player, if he shovels correctly and gets the fire hot, then yes, he does lose a few pounds in sweat. Me, I can always lean out and cool down.
But I mean, steam trains in general, they're running all over the country now. Why is that?
I think it's we get more people who like the nostalgia of it. They're not rail enthusiasts as such. They just come out to enjoy the day. They remember the smell and the sounds and the sights of steam. And luckily, we're allowed to still do it. So we'll keep doing it while they allow us to do so.
Time for lunch. And it seems I'm not the only one that Florence told to head to the fish and chip shop.
It's been ages since I've had a good fish and chips.
And a few persistent seagulls, of course, had to make sure they were included. The old fishing town has a busy harbour. Because of its proximity to the mainland surrounding islands, many people come here to catch a ferry to places like the Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye. I mean, look at that mast right there. Look at all these cars. That's a cool view, isn't it?
That's a ferry stop.
It's time to settle in for the return journey and leave the seagulls behind. I grew up in Scotland, just outside of Edinburgh, and used to go on family vacations here in the Highlands, but I've never travelled across this stretch of the country. The mountains and the lakes here are so beautiful. Even the weather is great today, which is not guaranteed here in Scotland. And of course, the whole journey is made even more incredible by the fact it's being travelled by train.
Don't y'all like the sounds of the engine and just the train working? It's so satisfying.
The Jacobite also offers an afternoon tea service.
Enjoy it. It looks lovely.
Thank you.
The British specialty includes mini sandwiches, cakes and scones. I would argue that scones were first invented in Scotland, but that's a hotly debated topic with the English.
This definitely makes the trip even more special and reminds me of the time when Harry ordered all of that crazy food from the trolley. Remember all of the chocolate frogs? Or Bertie Bott's every flavour beans?
That's cool that they have stuff from the movie in there.
Well, I might have come for Harry Potter, but I stayed for the beautiful scenery and the luxurious experience. Call me biased, but the Scottish Highlands are just gorgeous, and this trip definitely was just a little bit magical.
Well, Alex, thanks for sharing. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Lou. What do you all think of the Jacobite steam train, the Harry Potter train?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it's like an old choo-choo train.
Yeah. But Alex, I do want to highlight that we do have one of these old steam train rides on the original Allegheny Passage rail line up in Cumberland, Maryland, if anybody gets there. And it runs a few times every summer. And it was restored a few years ago. It was originally in the museum in Baltimore, in the B&O Railroad Museum.
Yes.
But it now runs out of Cumberland. If you ever want to get up there, it's not too far. And you can take a ride on it just like this. Probably just as beautiful, if not more, because it's in the mountains.
Thank you.
That's something I'm hoping to do, Lou, is to take a train ride. I would love to go on it, like 2 or 3 day one. Just ride.
Yeah. I can't wait to show some. So, you're right. You're right on topic, Grace. Yeah, I got you.
I'm glancing at the one here. So how about some Amtrak routes in the USA? Well, speaking of which we were just talking about, it's got accessible travel and scenic spring routes. Now, there's some great Amtrak routes right in our backyard here.
Let's learn about the history of Amtrak, how it came to be.
Hello again, railroaders, and welcome aboard. Ever since I began my interest in railroading, Amtrak has been one thing that has always fascinated me. The locomotives, the passenger cars, the employees, the speed, but especially the history. So let's jump right in to the history of Amtrak. Railroads in the 1960s and early 70s were facing a decline in passenger services. They barely had enough money to provide quality passenger services and operating stations. After war, an economic downfall, and the mass manufacturing of automobiles for little cost, private passenger services were seeing the end of their glory days.
Remember when we learned about this with with the automobiles and when those cars were made, and then the trains and the impact that the cars had on trains?
Oh yeah.
The government took the opportunity to keep passenger service from completely failing or going bankrupt. They came up with the National Railroad Passenger Corporation, or better known as Amtrak. On October 30th, 1970, President Richard Nixon signed the National Rail Passenger Service Act, which gave Amtrak a clear signal to begin services the following year. Amtrak's first train left Philadelphia Union Station on May 1st in 1971.
Oh, May 1st. Isn't that next Friday? That's amazing.
On its way to New York's Penn Station. Amtrak rented some railroads lines and scheduling their trains in between freight duties. These railroads soon made Amtrak services their highest priority trains. In early years, Amtrak placed a massive order of E and F units, French turboliners, and even leased a handful of GG1s from the Pennsylvania Railroad, not to mention the incredible inheritance of EMD workhorses they acquired from railroads nationwide. All of these locomotives were painted in Amtrak's Heritage Phase 1 paint scheme. Amtrak had a very slow start. In the early years, accidents, engine failures, and unreliable timetables plagued the new company. People were unsure to try it out, and Amtrak began to lose money.
Did that actually happen? I didn't know that.
I don't
about
remember
Amtrak.
that period. I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
that's really interesting. Do y'all remember that?
I don't.
I remember a lot of train wrecks. So the train track ran right down the middle of our street when I was a little girl. And they would stop right above our house for the rest periods. We sold them wild plums and scuffernons and everything.
Where was that? Where in
Waynesboro,
DC?
Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Ran
Oh,
right
wow.
down the middle of our street.
A surge of popularity struck Amtrak and coaches began filling fast. First, with streamliner coaches, Amtrak began designing and building more sleeper, diner, lounge, cafe, and baggage cars as overnight services rose with passengers. As more city transit excursions became popular, a fleet of electrics such as Metroliners and Alstom HHP-8s took over. All examples were painted in Amtrak's new Phase 2 paint scheme. In December of 1974, Alstom released its new Amfleet modern streamlined passenger cars for Amtrak, hence the name.
Amtrak special guest Amfleet Maiden Run, August 3rd, 1975. Wow. I mean, look at this. Look at this paper right here.
That looks kind of like
75, Amtrak officially swapped their old repainted coaches to the new and modern Amfleet passenger cars. The next big
July
acquisition for
22nd,
Amtrak
1988. Oh my goodness. Still quite a ways back.
was Penn Central's South Chicago Yard, which is located only 2 miles away from Chicago Union Station. They began to use this yard for staging Northeast Corridor trains before they had any yards near the Atlantic coast. Finally, in June of 1983, Amtrak began the auto train service, tri-weekly, but in less than 2 months it became a daily train, being Amtrak's highest priority service, running from its Sanford terminal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the route right there.
Look at all the way. Look at the whole route.
Yeah.
Let's see where does it start.
Sanford Terminal in Central Florida,
See,
all
Lorton,
the way
Virginia.
to Lorton, Virginia, which is approximately
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, like you could travel the whole East Coast on one train.
A lot of folks
highest
bring their cars
priority
to Florida
service,
on that
running
thing.
from its
Yep, Sanford, Jacksonville, there's Georgia, Savannah, Charleston, Florence. I mean,
I wonder how
Sanford
expensive that is.
Terminal in Central
right, Selma,
It wasn't that bad a while ago, but I don't know what it is now.
Thornton.
all the way to Lorton, Virginia, which is approximately 20 miles from Washington, D.C. In the beginning, Amtrak used a consist of GE U-boats, or Dash 7s, such as these B-36 Dash 7s. All examples were painted in Amtrak's temporary auto train paint scheme. Still one of the most popular trains of America, Auto Train is now an Amtrak special that still runs daily as Amtrak PO52 northbound and PO53 southbound. Nowadays, Amtrak uses its GE Genesis locomotives for the journey. In tow are usually 20 Superliner cars and usually 15 to 30 auto racks trailing, filled with passengers' automobiles.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Fast forward to today. Amtrak in 2019 carried over 31.7 million passengers with almost 18,000 trains daily. There are several routes of Amtrak, but the most frequently used are Miami, Florida to New York City to San Francisco, and many more. Not to mention their services in Canada and Amtrak Cascades, which operates in northwestern America. Amtrak also offers city-to-city services, the Northeast Corridor being the busiest, running a straight main line from Washington, D.C. to Boston, Massachusetts, and New York, New York. New Acela Electrics have taken over these services, but Amtrak still uses the old reliable GE P42DC. All examples are painted in the modern Phase 5 paint scheme. Amtrak covers 46 states and runs over 100 routes. The company made over three.
I mean, you could go anywhere with Amtrak or most places. Look at all these
Look at
routes.
that. Oh my gosh.
You know,
Amtrak.
295 used to be train tracks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
when we
is it-
moved here. That was train tracks.
Oh
The
my
circus
gosh.
train would stop right at the end of Clay Street.
Oh my gosh.
And the trains and animals would come straight up Clay Street to Anacostia Avenue and go out to Benning Road.
Mhm.
You know, I think some of the
I'm
bridges,
talking.
some of the bridges I think are still there. Because remember how 295 narrows up under some bridges? I wonder if those are the original railroad bridges.
The company made over $3.4 billion in 2019, and even as prices go up, business is rising. Amtrak employs over 20,000 engineers, dispatchers, conductors, and servers. Train passenger services are looked at things of the past, but as roads and highways become jammed with traffic, train travel might become a bit more popular.
You know, the newest Acela train is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please.
hope y'all enjoy that history of Amtrak. So
Yeah.
humble beginnings to you know, that whole name for
Amtrak
it, and
has
then Amtrak, it was going down, but suddenly there was, you know, a resurgence in it. So there's a ton of history when it comes to Amtrak.
That's amazing. You know, I did some research on the side. It costs as little as $190 to take your car one way from Lorton to just outside of Orlando. So that's actually cheaper than driving.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, but that's the cheapest if you go on the lowest times. On the weekends during high times, it's up over $400.
Cheaper than renting a car too.
And you got to stay in a hotel because most folks don't want to do that drive in one day. So the hotel alone is over $100, not including the gas.
My father used to work on the railroad, and we would get passes anywhere on N&W. We could ride anytime, as many times a year.
Wow.
And we would get one form, and we could go anywhere we wanted to go one time. And we always went to New York, or we came to Washington, D.C.
Oh my. You should have gone.
I
That saved
remember
a
that, Miss
lot of money.
Thompson. I love
Huh?
that. I remember you sharing that. That's lovely.
Right.
You should have gone to California or really taken advantage of
You
it.
know, we didn't have the money. It was 6 of us. And we didn't have the money because I would have loved to go.
Thank you for sharing, Ms. Brennan. Speaking of California, take a look at where we're about to
Oh
be
my
at, Lou.
gosh, the California Zephyr. That's another famous one. Mountains and rivers, wide open landscapes. Very exciting.
Has anyone heard of the California Zephyr before?
I have heard of it.
That's an interesting ride too.
Have you been on it, Brent?
Yeah, yes, I have. But I can remember some of the stuff that you have to remember. Last time I was on that train, I was 8 or 9 years old.
Enjoy being in my father's office.
Thank you.
And did you live out in California?
No,
What were
we
you doing out there?
lived here, but my aunt moved to California. And my uncle took me and my other aunt on a trip to California.
Nice. So this is the California Zephyr. What a
This
beauty.
is a video from Amtrak on a family vacation on the California Zephyr train.
This year, our family decided to take the train across the country on Amtrak's California Zephyr route. We booked a room in the sleeper car so we'd have our own space to relax on board. Let's check it out. This is our bedroom. During the day, there are comfortable seats, then at night, you can fold down 2 beds. The table was great for activities when we weren't looking at the views. We got settled in right away, and without having to drive, we could spend lots of time together. The kids loved being able to walk around the train instead of being stuck in the back seat. And I Spy is way more interesting from here. All of our meals were included with the room, and eating on the train made for a memorable experience. One thing you could not miss is the Sightseer Lounge car. It was the perfect spot for us to watch the landscape roll by. The California Zephyr is an incredibly scenic route. From the Rocky Mountains to the Utah deserts to the California forests, the kids got to see so much of the country. It was so nice to be able to unwind in our room during the journey. We downloaded games and movies ahead of time, and thankfully there was an outlet to keep all of our devices powered. The crew was friendly, and when they found out it was our kids' first train ride, they took the time to point out the highlights on and off the train to make it extra special. Our time on the train was more than just a trip because we all made memories that will last a lifetime. Our kids are already asking about their next train vacation.
Always good. Hope you all enjoy that nice introduction to the California Zephyr train.
Yes, very nice.
I was going to take a train ride to California. They had a senior trip, and it was very reasonable.
Yeah, they have senior discounts available. Yes.
Yes.
So even here, the California Zephyr Rail experience. This is if you go to AmtrakVacations.com, you can book yourself a wonderful trip. So this okay. Sorry, Lou. I had to. There's a lot going on in your background. This day, look at the itinerary for this. This is from Chicago to San Francisco, California. So look at the itinerary. Day 1, your journey begins in Chicago. You can look at all these accommodations. And day 2, Chicago, Illinois. Day 3, overnight onboard Amtrak. All these details that will tell you. So you can even there's other destinations. You can looky here. If I hit destinations, look at all these different destinations. They do it by parks. You can search by map. You can view all destinations. You can look at the most popular. You can even look at Amtrak's most famous routes. So you have California Zephyr. You may have heard of Empire Builder, Southwest Chief, Coast Starlight, Capital Limited. And there's so many more options. Texas Eagle, Pacific Surfliner, Adirondack. That one looks really fun to go through. Look at all these options. Did you all know that you can take a vacation with Amtrak?
Yes.
Look at all these different options and destinations. You can and you know, of course they vary in prices. So try to find one that would be suitable for you. So it all depends on like where you're going and how long you will be. Because look at this one. This is a Grand Canyon one, 5 days for 429. That's pretty good. You know, about $100 a day, right? This was per person, but some are going to be a little more expensive. Oh, this one looks fun. New Orleans getaway,
Yes.
round trip from Chicago, 6 days, 579 per person.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah. If you want to ball out, look at this one, Grand National Park. So you go to Yellowstone, Yosemite, and Glacier National Park. That's a 2-week vacation. But again, you can see the price. This is a
on that long.
yeah, 9 days.
I'm the kind of person when I go vacation a few days, I would have
Hello?
I don't care how much I'm enjoying. I
Yeah,
just gotta come
it's so
home.
amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Even here, look at DC. If you want someone to visit DC, recommend them this. Look, the ultimate getaway. You can even get a free map if you want. 3 days, 319 per person.
Mhm.
Charleston and Savannah route, 6 days for 979 a person. Ultimate from DC to Chicago, 6 days for $700 per person. 6 days. This is from DC to Atlanta. 6 days for
Mhm.
639 per person.
Mhm.
That's really good. Oh, look, Orlando, 6 days, 599 per person. So they have sales on a lot of these too.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed
Do
and
they
find this
stay on the
useful.
train, Alex?
Well, just like in the videos, you can get off the trains at certain points and explore, and
Yeah.
there are some overnight journeys as well. So it just depends on how many stops there are.
Can you get back on, off and on, and then catch the next train the next day?
I
Uh,
was looking at some on with Richard, whichever I was telling you about Alex the man. Yeah, you can get off and stay overnight in that town and get on the next day when it comes to the next train comes through. That's
yeah,
the
Oh,
one I'm
is that
thinking about
is
taking.
is that
They,
true on all these routes that you can do
no,
that? Because
well,
not all
that
of them, just
no. Everything is
certain
going to be
ones.
different, Lou. So when you book
Yeah.
it, you have to look at what the itinerary is. So every it's going to be different for every ride. So you have to, take a
Mhm.
look at what's going on for your itinerary.
Mhm.
But yes, Amtrak vacations. I'm going to send the link to you all, and
Mhm.
hopefully you may one day. Oh yeah, it's in the chat. But yes, please try to take an Amtrak vacation. I'm gonna try it. It looks so fun.
Yeah,
If
my
you
niece
can,
and those supposed to take me on one this year. So I'm just waiting on them to
oh,
make the plans, and
well, let them
I've
know
told
that
them
there's a
where I want
flash
to go.
sale, that
Yeah.
it's National Parks Month this month, actually, which is
Mhm.
cool. It's America's 250, so
Mhm.
there's a lot of great sales and things going.
Yeah.
And you know
So
the route from the Union Station in DC to Pittsburgh is beautiful, and they have a all glass car, and it's really cheap. I would really strongly recommend that. And I think you can go up and down in a day. Just go on up,
Mhm.
and then take the other one and go back down. It's absolutely
Mhm.
gorgeous.
right. If you just
Yeah.
want the views, if you want the full-on vacation and the thing,
Mhm.
you can book that. But even just, yeah, a one-way or two-way ticket is also can be very affordable. Um, Lou, you're muted, Lou.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I got a lot of noise around me here. I'm trying to keep my mute on. So what are the benefits for seniors? Well, we have a relaxed pace, very comfortable seating. We saw
Mhm.
that, easy boarding, and lots more that we already talked about.
Mhm.
Some routes are 100 years old. That's fascinating. Crosses the entire countries and luxury dining options. Very good.
Well, thank you for sharing these fun train facts, Lou. Here are some other ones. Thank you all again. Rail cars are far bigger than truck trailers. Railroads help reduce congestion on U.S. highways. Because rail cars can hold 3 to 4 truckloads of freight, just one train can take more than 300 trucks off the road.
Mhm.
Can you all imagine that? One train can take more than 300 trucks off the road. And imagine how many is, shipments by year. That's a lot of trucks, right?
Mhm.
That is amazing.
Trains are the most environmentally responsible way to ship freight by land.
Mhm.
Railroads are way more fuel efficient than trucks on a ton-mile basis. Railroads can move 1 ton of freight more than 480 miles on a single gallon of fuel, generating
Wow.
a carbon footprint up to 75% less than trucks
What was that again? That was crazy. In 1 gallon, it can move freight 480 miles? How can that be?
on one
One,
single gallon of fuel.
that's crazy. How is that possible?
Hmm? Uh, U.S. freights are only responsible for 2.1% of U.S. transportation-related greenhouse gases emissions and just 0.5% of total U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. So they are very environmentally good. Um, Drones help run the railroad. Do you know the railroad industry uses drones? Trucks must be in good
No.
shape. They
No, I
use
didn't
drones
know
to,
that.
yeah, they use them to help to get the job done. They fly over rail yards and around bridges,
Mhm.
and they can be used to track defects. Locomotives are also equipped with technology software that stops a train in certain instances to reduce specific types of human-caused errors. So that's good to know. Um, the railroad has its own language. Piggybacks, demurrage, lading. These aren't words most people use every day, but they're terms used frequently in the rail industry. Train dispatchers have their own language too. Let's see if we can take a look at some of these glossaries. I don't know. Let's see. Railroad terms glossary. Oh wow, look at all these terms. Bad
Wow.
order. Bad order is a rail car that has a mechanical defect. Uh, Curfew, a time period scheduled in advance when no trains operate, allowing maintenance employees to work on tracker signals. E, J, and E, the Chicago Area Short Line Railroad. So they have nicknames for all the railroads. Hot Shot, train with a very high priority compared to other trains. Look at all these in the hole. At the meeting point of opposing train, one train holds the main, the other takes the hole in a siding. Have y'all heard of that term before for trains?
No,
No, I
no.
don't know any
Yeah.
trains.
I haven't heard of any of these.
Oh, wow. Me neither. Power, let's see. I mean, they're all interesting. Recrew. Crew used to bring a train into a terminal where the original crew has insufficient time to complete the trip, and a second crew is necessary. Shoe fly. A shoe fly is a temporary track used to avoid an obstacle that blocks movement on the normal track section. They're typically used around mudslides. Oh, that makes sense. If there's a mudslide on the train, they gotta have something so the train can keep going. That's pretty cool. Wow. Washout. When a flood or a flash flood washes away ballast and roadway under a track, amongst any more. Look at all these terms. I didn't know any of these. I hope you all enjoyed.
Well, for reflection, so you saw lots of trips here, folks. Which train would you like to ride? And have you taken a train trip?
I would love to ride all of them.
Oh, me too.
I
I would
would
love to
love to
ride all of
take
them.
the train trip through Virginia and Maryland and out that way, Pennsylvania. The ones that I'd like to be on one for about 4 days doing that.
Well, an Amtrak vacation sounds amazing, Miss
Yeah,
Gracie.
I hope they're serious about taking me.
You got to AmtrakVacations.com. Tell them and let them figure out the rest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I took a train.
AmtrakVacations.com. Hi, Mr. Ronald.
Good afternoon. I took a train from here to Atlanta to visit my daughter.
You did.
Yeah, and I ain't doing it no more.
No,
you know, what was the matter?
That's okay.
That's 12 hours. No, I ain't doing that no more.
Well, if it was your first time, then you got to try it out. So I mean, you got to see if you like it. So
that I did, and that's my only time.
Oh,
that's okay, Mr. Ronald. Which one of these expresses would you ride? Which one that we covered today would you like to ride, Mr. Ronald?
Don't say what you really want to say, Ron.
Would you want to ride to Scotland? Do you want to go to Italy? You want to go to Switzerland? You want to be in the US? Which one would you like?
Take me to the Swiss Alps.
Oh, yeah, the Swiss
yeah.
Alps. Wasn't that glacier? It's the slowest train. Only, what do they say? 38 kilometers per hour. That's very slow and nice.
It's cold up there. That's good. I like that.
Uh-huh. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Which one of these would you like to ride?
I'd like to go on that Italy trip.
Me too. Just to start off in Switzerland, ride the Bernina Express, and in Torino, and just enjoy that scenery.
I'd like to go out west. I'd like to go from DC to Chicago and back.
That sounds like an Amtrak vacation to me.
Yeah.
Chicago is so popular, yeah. So you can, you can find your trip from just DC to Chicago, and you can have a great, wonderful trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope AmtrakVacations.com. And again, senior
Mm-hmm.
discounts, y'all. Senior discounts.
Yeah, from
We used to
DC.
take the Southerner every summer to go home to New Orleans when I was little. And
I
that
love
then they
it.
started flying airplanes there every day, so that was a a bit quicker and better way to travel.
Avon, you were sharing something?
Oh, I was saying my sister's in LA. I'm not inclined to fly. I would really seriously consider going by train from Washington to Los Angeles.
Do it, Yvonne. It sounds amazing. DC to
Yes,
LA, do an Amtrak vacation so you can put your feet up and look outside the window and really
absolutely.
really enjoy. This one's kind of extreme, but look, this one, even though it's a 16 days trip, $2,000 per person, but look, you get to
Mm,
go to Chicago, Seattle, LA, New Orleans, and then back to DC. I mean, that sounds pretty cool,
that
right?
does.
That's a whole countrywide trip. And I mean, you see there's
Uh-huh.
so many different options. So even just going from DC to one place, it's maybe like two, three, four, $500 per person for all those amenities and onboard destinations and
Hmm.
trips, hotel accommodation, sightseeing tours, sightseeing cruises sometimes, the meals, everything. I mean, I'm happy that we inspired you today.
Yes. They've
Yeah.
had so many plane mishaps, and my son was traveling and his luggage was left behind in Texas and he was home, and just all kinds of mishaps.
Well, the trains are a little bit of a, you don't, like Lou said, you don't have to wait 2 hours just to get on the plane. You can, it's really easy for all to access.
Yes, you
And
can
most
carry.
of them are handicap accessible
Yes.
now.
Yes, they're accessible. Yes, they
Hmm.
are accessible way a lot, well, just by virtue of the way it travels, but then plane and maybe even sometimes you don't have to drive. So you don't, drive, just to get on, just to get on the train, you may drive there, but just traveling, you can really just relax and enjoy the ride, look outside, watch a movie, spend time with your family. And I
And they
hope.
serve wonderful food on, at least they used to on the trains. They were known
Oh,
for
they
their
do
food.
that dining that, and I mean even on Amtrak or all those meals that we looked at today, they just look so amazing. So make
Ronald,
friends
did
with
you
your
eat on the plane when on the train when you traveled to Georgia? Did you get a meal?
Are you talking to me, Yvonne?
No, I was asking Ronald if he ate
Oh.
a meal on the train.
No, nope.
Oh,
Well, Ron, why
Yeah.
why didn't you like it? Like, well, you said you wouldn't do it again?
Well, number one, I got kind of long legs. You know what I mean?
It's
So
per person. Not everyone's
I,
gonna
I,
like driving on a train.
I didn't fit in the seat very well.
That's okay. Well, maybe try another. I'm not sure if it was Amtrak, but maybe try another express railroad or another system and see what that entails.
Because most trains got way more legroom than planes.
I'm telling you.
They do.
get up and walk around.
Well, I really appreciate you all joining our session today. I hope you learned a lot, you too, Lou, and I learned so much about, Europe and the Amtraks and the different destinations. So, I mean, the main thing that I'm getting is that you can take a vacation on a train, get a good night's sleep, get meals and dining. It's accessible. You can go anywhere that you like at a reasonable price. So, please take your train journeys this summer, this spring, this fall and let us know about them. But let's all say thank you to Lou for
All right,
sharing and
Lou.
hosting our
You look
Thank you,
session.
best. Way to go,
Lou.
Lou.
Oh, I didn't do a whole lot, but thank you all for coming,
Oh,
especially. And Alex, thanks for putting it all together. Really appreciate it. Looks good.
oh, thank you, Lou. We'll see you next week
All
for
right.
another travel show. So let's all say goodbye to each other and let's think
All
about
right.
train for the
Later,
rest of the day.
y'all.
All right. See
Bye.
y'all.
Thank
See
you all
See
for
you
y'all.
later.
sharing.
See
I'll see you all
y'all.
at 1:30.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Modules 1 and 2.
Okay. See
Thank
ya.
you all
Okay.
so
See
much.
See y'all.
See y'all soon.
All
Bye
righty.
bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.